photography for me. It's a reason to be outside, but also to create things. To create something out of what I see in front of me. It's basically the view I have on the landscape, and I try to put that in the picture. I feel drawn to be outside, I feel drawn to nature. And I think it's because in my head I'm often thinking about a lot, and I'm really, sometimes I can be really chaotic. And in nature I find peace and peace of mind. So I think that's my connection to nature. It's there. I feel the calmness and stillness. I can appreciate that, and yeah, I feel connected to it. For me, a Tamron lens needs to be a zoom lens. And the reason for that is that I'm often at places where it's hard to move, like big drop in front of me or placement is awkward. So yeah, I need to have this zoom lens to change my composition. And Tamron zoom lenses are really nice. The image quality is perfect, the sharpness is perfect. My lenses have been through a lot of situations and they still work perfectly. So yeah, that's definitely what I'm looking for, and that's why I love those Tamron lenses so much.
When does your Tamron moment start?
My Tamron moment starts when the alarm rings, basically. I always have this reluctant feeling of getting out of bed because it's way too early. But once I'm out of bed, then it's okay. And the first thing I do is make coffee, grab my bag and jump in the car. And you always have this type of anxiety, you know, like, will it be beautiful? Will it be nice? Will the light be pretty? And well, will I get the image? Because I like to say it's the whole experience, but of course it's also about the image, because yeah, you want to make a nice image in the end. So yeah, for me that's the Tamron experience, definitely.